This Maxwell Harrison situation is unfortunate, and it made me realize that these young athletes' problems don't be on the field or even on the court. It's the distractions when they're not suited up. Bro, this is why they tell y'all to stay away from these females, parties, and drugs, because all it takes is one bad decision or one mad female to ruin your whole career. And like I said, it's unfortunate because Maxwell actually looks like a good guy all around. He has good energy. He looks like he's very passionate about the game. And we've seen what he did during the draft. There is no hating bone in his body. He clapped for and embraced everybody before he got drafted. What makes it worse is that all of this is coming out while he's going into his rookie season. There were reports that this happened in 2021.
This is breaking this morning. Bills rookie cornerback Max Harrison being accused of sex assault in a new civil lawsuit filed in federal court.
I actually just got a hold of that lawsuit filed in Kentucky, where Harrison and the alleged victim went to school. The lawsuit details allegations of rape and sex assault, claiming Hairston invited himself into the woman's dorm room back in 2021, high and looking for sex, forcing himself on the woman. The lawsuit says the woman transferred out of the University of Kentucky as a result, and lawyers say it still continues to disrupt her life on a daily basis.
Now, I'm not saying this is not true or he didn't do this whatsoever, because I mean, we don't really know, but why is there a new lawsuit being filed 4 years later? Like, I don't know. History just always seems to repeat itself in these kind of situations, and we've seen it before. A man starts to see some success, and a bitter or mad female from the past wants to throw false allegations at him just to ruin his image or get some money out of the situation. And we've seen this happen with not just only athletes, but multiple big figures around the world. And most of the time, they're innocent. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of guys doing weird things like this. But let's be honest, a lot of the times, these guys end up being innocent, bro. It's just unfortunate. The thing about Max is he went in the first round. So that means a lot of these teams or even the Bills knew about this situation or lawsuit. So that leads me to believe none of this is really true. I could be wrong though, but these teams do intensive research when it comes to drafting these players. So
he's an impeccable kid, and we've did a lot of research. Yeah, I think all teams were aware of the Title IX thing. That was fully investigated by the school. There's everything out. It was, I mean, he even volunteered to do a polygraph and had notes. It was one of those where there was zero information saying that this actually happened to what the accusation was. And just like anything in this world, Catherine, like you can't just take someone's account and think that's the truth. But yes, we fully investigated that. If there was anything to that, he wouldn't have been invited to the combine, he was at the draft last night. No, every person you talk to at Kentucky, teammates, staff there, plus what we've done, I would say this is a heck of a young man. Every person you ask. So
like he said himself, you can't believe every accusation that you hear. They did intensive research and they realized this really isn't true. All I'm gonna say is if you're a young athlete and you're serious about getting to the next level, stop messing with these females, bro. All it takes is one mad female to ruin your whole career before it even started.
Former Longhorn Isaiah Bond turned himself into Frisco police less than 2 weeks before the NFL draft. There was a warrant for his arrest on sexual assault, and we should warn you, WFAA just obtained new documents that contain some disturbing details. According to an affidavit, Bond met the accuser back in February in Frisco after messaging over Instagram for several months. It says what started as a consensual sexual encounter turned into assault when the victim told Bond to stop and he didn't.
Seaburg Xavier Worthy files a lawsuit against his ex-fiancee who accused him of domestic violence. You might remember Worthy was arrested earlier this month in Texas. His ex-fiancee Tia Jones claims he choked her after a heated argument. Now in Worthy's lawsuit, he says Jones would not leave his house after he caught her cheating. The lawsuit also claims instead of leaving, she scratched his face and even ripped out some of his hair. You see the photo here. Worthy's lawsuit then says after he was arrested, she went back to the home, damaged some of his property. Worthy is now seeking damages between $250,000 and $1 million.
Y'all see the pattern, and I'm not saying it's not cool to have a girl, of course not, but y'all better choose wisely because things like this will happen to you. Don't think it won't happen to you. Now, when it comes to Max, I hope this is getting figured out because this is all happening literally a month before his rookie season. It's just unfortunate, like I keep saying.